Week, the Nikkei suddenly crashed below 51,000. Gold had a flash crash. The yen again near 160. But what is coming next week could impact everyone living in Japan. Hello everyone, welcome back. If you are living in Japan, this was not a normal market week. The Nikkei moved thousands of points. Gold suddenly crashed. Silver became extremely volatile. And the yen is again very close to 160. And the most important thing, next week's event can completely change the direction of the market. So in this video, I will explain what happened this week, why it happened, and what we should expect next week. So let's start with the Nikkei. At the beginning of the week, the Nikkei opened above 52,000, but suddenly it dropped below 51,000 and touched around 50,600. That means almost 4,000 points movement in a few days. But the surprising thing is the market did not stay down. Yes, by Thursday the Nikkei recovered again and crossed more than 54,000. So what it says as? It clearly shows one thing. The market is extremely unstable right now. Now let's talk about the gold. Gold experienced what we called previously a flash crash. Yes, it dropped sharply around $4,100 per ounce before recovering again near 4,480. Coming to silver, it was even more volatile. Yes, it dropped sharply and heavily and then bounced back strongly. Then, what does this mean to the investors? This type of movement usually happens when investors are confused and reacting to global tension. Now, the most important topic for people living in Japan. Yes, the Japanese yen. The yen stayed close to 160 the entire week. Even when the Nikkei was falling, the yen did not become stronger. This is not a good sign. Why? Because when the yen becomes weak, the petrol becomes expensive, the food becomes expensive, and the daily living cost increases. More than that, remittance get affected. Yes, so even if the market looks positive, real life becomes more expensive. So this is why this week is very important, especially for foreigners and working people living in Japan. Okay, let's have some analysis. Why this week was so volatile and why did all this happen? Any guess? In actual, there are three main reasons. The first and foremost, yes, it is global uncertainty. In fact, investors are not sure what happens next due to the Middle East tension. The second one, inflation fear. When inflation data is coming, markets become very sensitive. The third, the current currency pressure. When the dollar becomes more stronger, gold and yen both react quickly. So this week was not just a random moment, it was a warning signal for all. Now let's talk about the next week because this is the most important part. On Monday, Japan will release the Tokyo CPI data, which is the inflation. This is the one of the most important numbers for Bank of Japan. If inflation increases, the market will react immediately. Then on Tuesday, China will release its manufacturing data. If China's manufacturing slows down, Asian market, including Japan, will be affected. And the biggest event will be the United States. Yes, the US job report is coming next week. Whenever the data is released, gold moves, dollar moves, and the Nikkei also react. So next week is not just another normal week. It can decide the direction of the month April. So what should we do as investors and people living in Japan? The first, don't panic when the market moves suddenly. This type of volatility is becoming normal now. The second, always stay updated with inflation data and currency movement. Because in Japan, the yen affects everything. And the third, think long term, not short term fear. This week was very volatile, but next week could be even more important. So, if you are living in Japan and want weekly market updates like this, subscribe to the channel. And do you think the yen will cross 160 or not? I will see you in the next video.